I had the mic muted. My bad. So we're here. We're live. My bad. DXY. Talking about the DXY right now. And we can see it's kind of holding this bearish movement at the moment. Now there's going to be volatility tonight. So volatility expected. Trump's maybe going to give his ultimatum tonight with this whole US-Iran thing. I've been looking for buys on gold. Had some entries. Like there's been some wicks down, some moves down. It's been holding these 4600s. 4625 got tapped. It's been holding 4650. That retest, like it went up and it didn't hold it last night. Came down 4625, and we've been kind of just maintaining like some price. We've been just maintaining. That's what gold sometimes likes to do, is just kind of maintain some things. Probably waiting for all the news tonight, if there's going to be news tonight with this whole US-Iran situation and what Trump is considering doing. If Trump's trying to seize their oil or not. I've been watching some interesting videos about this. Or was it? Well, I posted in here, but it's probably long gone now. Everyone's freaking out today. We got a trade. I mean, I'd be focused on the charts, yo. If you're worried about an upgrade, bro, focus on the charts. It's still early. Look, it's Tuesday. We got a trade. Oh man, I don't know if you guys saw. I posted. There's an interesting video I watched last night. Kind of scary at the same time. There it is. Oh man, this video. Interesting video I watched. You guys should watch that. Kind of scary actually. if you watch it, it's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. This guy's some good. He interviews some kind of like I watched a few videos from this guy. Cool topics, cool discussions. I mean, you learn some things. You learn a little bit about history. I watched this. Well, I watched, I think, like 30, 40 minutes of it before I passed out. It's like interesting, scary at the same time. Interesting, scary at the same time. I've been watching some videos like this of, you know, some predictions people have. Scenarios, different scenarios. All right, it's kind of like scary when you look at the different scenarios that could play out potentially. Some of them are low. Some of them are low percentage scenarios, but the fact that they're even being discussed are like, whoa, you know? Some of them have low percentage, but the fact that they're in discussion is kind of like, whoa. Scary topics, scary scenarios. Here, where is it? Here, let me copy link. Put in the chat. This one. Watch that one after. You'll be like, whoa. Even just like if you watch 30 minutes of it, it's long, but you don't even watch the full thing. You'll be like, whoa, what is going on? Scary hours. So yeah, supposedly Trump has his ultimatum tonight. I was talking about this, you know. Banks and crypto firms have privately agreed on the Bitcoin market structure bill, and an announcement is expected this week. The Clarity Act has been stuck since January over one dispute: whether crypto platforms can offer yield on stablecoins. I've actually seen some platforms adding yield to. Yeah, that's interesting because I've actually seen them. Yeah, I've seen some platforms, exchanges, even adding yield to stablecoins recently that didn't have them before. I noticed that. Have you guys seen even some platforms are using Xauusd? I've seen some platforms, merchants, things out there that are even using Xauusd as like a storage. You can buy it on like just like platforms and stuff. Like Xauusd is becoming popular now. Tether gold. Why did Tether make, like, it's interesting how we have a Tether gold now. We've had it. It's backed by gold company in London. Yeah, like like Coinbase is doing Coinbase is getting into what is it? Your mortgage. You soon you'll be able to mortgage your house with Bitcoin. Like Coinbase is doing some stuff right now behind the scenes. You can look into it with Coinbase. They're doing some stuff behind the scenes. Soon they're talking, like, I saw this whole thing. I'm being able to mortgage houses, Coinbase, and this with real, like, I'm like, whoa, this is different. Interesting. Yeah, and the fight appears to be over. Coinbase CEO Paul Grewal said on April 1st they were within 48 hours of a deal. It was finalized Friday. Is expected second half of April. If this holds, this is the most important piece of crypto legislation in U.S. history. Moves forward. To provide a system for regulation to offer sale of digital commodities by Securities Exchange Commission and commodity future trading for other purposes. To provide regulation, yeah, okay. So while this whole war is going on, and we're paying attention to what's happening, what this country, who said Donald Trump, what he's saying, we're keeping up with the headlines every day. Probably a lot of you guys are. You probably your phones blowing up here and there. Breaking news. This just in. Donald Trump said this. That type of stuff every day. Weeks are becoming like similar. This type of stuff's kind of like happening under the surface. Probably not as many people paying attention to, like, as much as like this war is being, broadcasted. If you're into crypto, I mean, that if you're into crypto, that's a big deal. And we look at like COVID, what happened in COVID, drastic times where markets crashed, COVID days. There was no legislation going on then. Regulation. Banks weren't adopting silent, like back in COVID. I remember the COVID crash. Back in, like, everybody should remember COVID. I don't know if any of you guys are trading crypto around then. Were any of you guys into cryptocurrency back in 2020? Any of you guys? Maybe. Holy, it was a time to be alive, I tell you. It was quite the time to be alive. I had a $785,000 day in that bull run. When I remember when H-bar was like peak. Hedera. I had a plus 785K USD day. Oh man, imagine being like 23, 24 years old. I'm about to be 30, so that was some years ago. 29 now, but that was interesting times. Looking back, I can visualize it. I remember where I was. Was anybody in maybe markets? You might have not been. Maybe you weren't into crypto then. I've talked about XAU and PAXG. I've talked about those on streams before on PAXG. PAXG is another one. These have become popular. I'm noticing them on websites now for payments, websites where you can do payments, stuff like this. Interesting. Same with Pax Gold. I don't know. I don't see. Maybe none of you guys are in crypto then. Were any of you guys in 2020? Any of you guys trading then in the markets? It was quite a time to be alive, let me tell you. Bitcoin crashed because of COVID. there wasn't really at the time. It was still like what we call like crypto cowboys. You know, at the time it was like crypto cowboys. You didn't have ETFs. You didn't have this type of legislation like the post I just showed you guys. Stuff like that happening. In the mix of this market crash and this, let's say global, it was a pandemic, right? The world was shut down. I'm using COVID as an example because we're in an environment that's been extreme, right? With the market. Extreme conditions usually lead to opportunity, not being optimistic, but how I've made a lot of money is from kind of thinking like this, reverse engineering, thinking about crisis, what's happening in those crises, what's being said and what's being done. What they say is one thing. What they do is another. That's always one thing to pay attention to. Because for years, banks have, what's this? For years, banks have bashed cryptocurrency, right? Years. So in the midst of this crisis element and market not doing good, we're seeing stuff being worked on still, which is, it's a good sign to see. Not one that everybody would pay attention to. White House believes the deal with Iran is possible for 8 p.m. deadline tonight. 24 hours ago. Question was whether it could happen. Now the question is whether it can happen in time. So we're going to see 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Everyone's giving this 8 p.m. time. I don't know. Like Trump did say 8 p.m. himself. The 8 p.m. is not a random number. The guy literally tweeted 8 p.m. Tuesday. So he's signaling something for his friends already. So Trump, I watched some of this, and the guy, people share his opinion about him. He has a lot of rich business friends in these industries, military, oil. There's people benefiting from this, let's just say. He's signaling something tonight. And he said something crazy today, guys. He did say something again crazy today. I know, he's I think every other day he says something crazy, but today he did say something crazy. Are you ready? He did say, so 9 a.m. Tonight we will finish the Iranian civilization and hinted at a nuke war. Is he bluffing? Here we go. We got the Trump bluff again. That's why gold's kind of probably yo, what the fuck's about to happen? That's why gold's probably what's about to happen a bit. Gold kind of still maintaining. See, gold's still maintaining I could try to push up, right? Gold's kind of scared. Gold's uncertain right now. I can feel it in a way. It's Trump says this. Because he did say the other day, he did literally blunt out 8 p.m. Bro, the thing is, that's we don't want that. We actually don't want that. Because there's, this, if you listen to, people like this that know about, nuclear technology and nukes, shooting off a nuke doesn't just destroy the area you target. It has a catastrophic effect for the area that's being shot off too, because it's a nuke. It's a nuclear threat. This guy's it's crazy what's being said right now, and maybe he has an ultimatum. We don't know with this guy. He is a kind of a crazy guy that doesn't care really. He might really want the oil enough to say, I need, because the reason your US dollars have value right now is because there's an oil market, the petroleum US dollar, the petrodollar market, right? Why would he want more oil? So more countries have to rely on, getting their oil from them too. So yeah, this is interesting what he said, because yeah, the other day he said Tuesday 8 p.m. Eastern time. So what's like the market insiders waiting for? Literally tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time, that hour. And today he's saying tonight we will finish the Iranian civilization, and hinted at a nuke. We said we're going to dismantle them basically. And then 2 hours later he says if negotiations move forward. See, this bluff thing, this whole bluff. If U.S. ends up backing out, he keeps saying, like, he's obviously not bluffing. I don't think, because he did. I don't know. I think he might be bluffing, but he did destroy like a bridge the other day. There's a lot of, is it bluffing? Because if U.S. backs out, if they make a U-turn, I think people are going to laugh at him now and not take him as serious. I think he knows that. But I think he's realizing that it wasn't as easy as it was going to be, maybe going at battle with Iran, because maybe Iran's been preparing for this. There's all these U-turns. Because he's given them, now this is the 6th deadline he's given them, and they've always said, you know, it's always just kind of escalated. So our boy Donnie Trump is, look at Warren Buffett's sitting on the largest cash position in corporate history. The Warren Buffett's holding a lot of cash, probably preparing for a crash so he can buy. So the guy's sitting on more cash than they ever have. And Warren Buffett. What's Warren Buffett saying on this? This is an old timer.
The market has come down substantially.
Not substantially.
Well, you've got both the.
He's kind of right. He's actually right. Like, trillions have been lost.
Well, let's talk about that. The market has come down substantially.
Oh man, what's old B saying? I want to hear what old Warren's saying.
Well, you've got both the Dow and the Nasdaq in correction territory. It's the worst performance on a quarterly basis for stocks in about 4 years. Do things look cheaper to you?
No.
Right.
3 times.
That's right.
Since I've taken over Berkshire, it's gone down more than.
Come on, man. What's going on here?
No. 3 times since I've taken over Berkshire, it's gone down more than 50%. I mean, if you look at the markets of.
This guy's getting old. Why is this buffering so much? Come on, man. Trying to hear my old man Warren Buffett, man. Come on. I don't know why this is buffering.
Substantially.
Not substantially.
Well, you've got both the Dow and the Nasdaq in correction territory. It's the worst performance on a quarterly basis for stocks in about.
Okay.
4 years.
They don't want me to hear
Do
this.
things look cheaper to you?
No. 3 times since I've took.
3 times since I've took over Berkshire Hathaway, it's dropped 50%.
More than 50%.
All right, got that.
I mean, if you look at the markets of. The worst probably was the 2007-8 period, although. I mean,
all right.
It doesn't.
This is just, I don't know. I've never had a video buffer. I'm trying to literally hear what he says. Like, I want to hear. It's interesting to hear what old timers like that say. But it's buffering too much. I don't know why it's doing that. It's getting annoying. And he's old, man. He's like, it was basically like, he's going to get to the point where it's like the markets, he was saying the market's not cheap right now. Things are at high prices. Probably going to get to the point where things I've seen worse, basically. He's going to get to the point where I've seen way worse. And yeah, like like crypto, for example, I would have expected crypto to crash. Like most people expected crypto to crash amidst this war, and it's kind of just held its price. Stocks have been dropping, but it's not like there was a market. Like, this isn't like a market crash. It is definitely a market correction, right? Trillions were lost. It's a lot of money is wiped out on these corrections now, as price goes higher and higher and higher and becomes like inflated in a way with these stock prices, these U.S. stock prices. He's getting onto the point probably of like, because he always, I've heard him talk before, he's always saying like, he always buys into the fear, and that's why he probably has a lot of cash on the side. So this is what Trump said. You can read that. It's some pretty blunt words. And it's tonight. So that's why the markets are kind of, stocks are bouncing. Stocks bounced, expecting maybe more negotiations in that sense. Some recovery. Gold kind of maintaining itself. Oh, maybe cash goes back. Maybe a bit of cash goes back into gold because it's more attractive. If the war settles down, negotiations happen, cash is gonna move from things that it went to back into things. But tonight's kind of like maybe the ultimatum. He had this to say: a whole civilization will tonight never to be brought back. So like those words are extreme, but how many, like now we've seen this, I think for the last 20 days, 18 days, kind of over and over again. That's some hard short. So tonight's the night where shit might go down. I don't want that to happen. So look, he's already saying, like, he starts off always the same way. This is what I'm gonna do, but then he'll say, I don't want it to happen, but it could. We could do it. However, but yeah, like he always does that. He's doing this every day, and then he says, who knows, right? Who knows? He's putting a question mark out there. Who knows? Like, he wants to see how people react, right? How other, like, who knows? Question mark. Who wants to join? Who wants to help? Who wants to take the oil? Who knows, right? We'll find out tonight. One of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. That is the United States President, the current sitting United States President's words right there. This is not AI. None of this stuff is AI. It's all real, okay? Sometimes you might wake up and be like, is this AI? So gold is maintaining. No dumps, no pumps yet. We had this dump. I think if it was on Good Friday, I think market would have went up more because there was a beautiful setup for buys. But then obviously market closed for the Good Friday, right? There was, I think we would have ended up going up on Friday. Because there was like a good setup here with this break and retest or that low. And the market's kind of just been doing the same thing, trading at like demand points, finding points of demand, points of volume here at lows or at highs. You're hitting like just supply and demand here. Supply. Market trades right into that. Here, supply. We wicked into that. Here. Demand. You can see we're just like holding the bottom wicks, the bottom volume points where the candles shift, where you get shifts on 30-minute. A lot of good shifting points. Bounces like here, 30-minute shift. So volume created there. We trade right back into that whole wick. You can see the wick, the candle, even some of the wick getting hit. So like you can see buyers stepping in on like volume there. And market's just been pretty ranging for the week so far since the end of last week. Yeah, so these are his words tonight. Who knows? Maybe something revolutionary. We will find out tonight. One of the most important moments in history in 47 years, he's saying. Can we just go back to like chill, like I guess like, yo, don't watch movies anymore. Watch Donald Trump. Yo, like that's like can't even like chill. You can't chill anymore. But then 1 hour ago, the White House believes a deal with Iran is possible before the 8 p.m. deadline. Vance says he's confident Iran will respond before 8 p.m. Holy moly, donut shop. So you got this. You got the president. Yeah, vice president comment some stuff down a bit, maybe. The White House here. Because I think nobody wants escalation because that's just going to cost too much. You know, like the, like Dubai, like the airport. Like Dubai's airport got hit, for example. That cost them $1.1 billion a day. There's an energy facility that got hit. That's going to take 5 years to repair. Like, countries out in the East are going to have long-term damages from this war, even if it ends tonight. Countries in the Middle East, like in the UAE, all over, like Israel, Iran, any country that's pretty much got struck with some facility, something, anything that's got struck, they're going to have long-term damages because of this war. You take a place like Dubai that looks like the safest place in the world at one point to everyone. People moved there, but now you realize how fragile of a place it is. It could get struck any moment, right? So billionaires are already moving to Singapore, Asia, places like that, away from Dubai and places that have already gotten struck, because what might look like the safest place on the world right now is literally in fragile territory, right? Of literally across the sea, right? So like even like all the places that got hit, facilities, airports, this, that, like it's gonna be long-term damages. So nobody wants this war to go on because the cost of it's gonna cost too much long term. That's why some countries sold reserves of gold so they could have cash. Because you need cash to keep things going, right? Keep things afloat. The ultimatum looks like it's coming tonight, either before 8 p.m. Vance says he's confident Iran will respond, but I guess he is a madman. Holy man, the generations before you, they were right, yo. The people, they were right, yo. What did I think my dad was like, watch. I remember my dad being like, watch, he's gonna drag everyone into a war. He's a madman. And what do you know? I guess the older generations were right. They knew. You older folks knew. Yeah, you older folks were right. Some of you guys like in your 40s, 50s, like people older than me were right. Some of you guys knew. Like some of you guys were like, watch. Yeah, I don't worry. I paid attention to the chat. Some of you the older folks were right. I noticed. They've been around. They know. The older people I noticed were right a lot more. Like people older than me, people that like have like families, like kids already. People that have like kids already, families and stuff like that. You know, like older, like the generation before me. Like they were right. They were right. Damn. Yeah, like it's just like lives too. Exactly. Someone said in the chat, lives are ending. It's like that too. Like the longer this goes on, and you don't even just like, let's not forget, this is allowing a whole other conflict to escalate too. Ukraine and Russia. This whole U.S.-Iran situation is creating a whole other situation. So the question of negotiation is two factors of this thing. Number one, will the U.S., so will Iran bend to Donald Trump's demands? And what does Iran want? That's the hard question here, right? That is a hard question. Because the longer this lasts, the longer it affects oil. The longer it affects oil, the petrodollar system gets messed up. Trump does not want to mess the petrodollar system. That's why he's trying to overtake the oil in Iran. That's why Venezuela, if you notice the countries Trump is going for, Canada's one of, like, literally the richest country in resources in the world. Like top 4, number 4 in oil. Canada, richest in resources. Super rich in resources. Richest in the world, really. When you look at Canada and what Canada has for oil, for fertilizer, all that stuff, Canada's pretty good. Why? So if you look at Trump wanted Canada, he got Venezuela, and he wants Iran. These are all oil and really rich countries in resources. So Canada didn't work because Canada said, "Bro, really?" And you can't do what you're doing to Canada. So Canada has a stiff arm because Canada has a lot of resources that U.S. doesn't. And Trump wants those resources. Same with Greenland. So you look at the countries he's going for, they're all rich in resources, right? So he might be trying to keep the American empire alive because all these countries are realizing, like, we don't really need the U.S. They found out ways kind of not to rely on them, but U.S., being the bully they always have. Look at gold on the daily. Tonight's going to be a big night. It might be the Royal Rumble tonight, if you guys ever watch WWE. 4,500 down here. Kuwait tells people to stay home tonight. Iran's telling people not to take trains. Yeah, not to transport. There's a live countdown for this on Israeli news. Bricks, what? You guys seeing Bricks News? Look at the daily chart, gold. Israeli news has a live countdown going on for this thing. 8 hours left. Oh my gosh. So, what's the poly market saying? Is Trump going to strike tonight, or is the deal going to get made? Yo, there's a live countdown on Israeli news right now with this. Holy. Oh, there we go. White House denies. See? Good old Bricks News. Bricks News is good. Iran told Pakistan to believe it was winning. Oh, yeah, remember Pakistan and Afghanistan were going at each other too? There's a countdown of this. Oh my gosh. Bro, this world is yo, what timeline am I in right now? You got Jake Paul interviewing the president. Did you guys see that? Yeah. The thing, yo. The question is, does Israel want to stop this war? What is Israel begins strikes against Iranian rail infrastructures after telling civilians to avoid train travel. Wow. Oh my goodness. That is just, what the hell? That is, poor people, man. Dude, wow. President Trump's planned 8 p.m. strikes on Iran are happening, but could change. Oh my gosh, such a freaking confused market right now. Gold is wanting to go up. If you look at the daily, gold is looking like it wants to go up. IRGC, so that's the military, right? They have 1 million soldiers ready. And those 1 million soldiers' faith is different than, let's just say, let's say maybe a normal person or maybe someone on the West. Won't get too much into that religious part of it, but let's just say those soldiers' faith, they have a different faith on things. I won't get into that. They believe in a certain thing, right? So it's interesting. If we get to that point, there's going to be an attack like they have not seen. This is all happening today. I'm chilling right now. Man, I should have held my buys. Made my L back. Like you guys saw, took a stop loss, and if you're on the live stream with me, I was in that trade live, and you guys saw last stream I did. It went up. It was a good trade. Still could have been in my buys like that. 46.50's been holding. There's been crazy wicks on the 4-hour. Oanda, I swear. I don't know about you guys, but Oanda looks weird to me. Even my broker this week, I'm like, there's gaps that I'm like usually aren't there. I'm like, what the heck? The broker and Oanda, man. Some of the candles, I'm like, yo. I was looking at Oanda. I'm like, yo, Oanda, it's looking different right now. These wicks, you can see these wicks have been striking wicks to the downside. 46.25 level, that's the quarter level. We talk about whole numbers all the time. You can see these wicks, grabby price movement happening there. And then it's kind of taking price up. Daily looks to me like 46. Like I said the other day, and the only streams I've done this week, like if you're on one of the streams I did this week, I said 4,600 could hold. Maybe we get accumulation around 4,600. That was one of the levels I said, key levels. If you're on the last stream or the last two streams I did, talked about 4,600 and how price could be trying to accumulate above it. That's a key level that it might maintain. We've been seeing that go on the last two streams. Exactly what I was talking about. How we could have accumulations above 4,600. Market's just really awaiting this news. It's still early in the week. It's Tuesday. Counts at 382 now. So maybe I'll back in a little bit more. Lost like, what was it, like $1,500 and then made $3K. Now, I'm thinking gold, like looking at the technical, like you could see the daily structure. We're trying to push up, potentially. 4,500's down there. Maybe we come back down, try to retest 4,500. But expect volatility tonight. Could be, there might be strikes tonight. Either we're going to see some strikes. This is what Trump said on Easter. Like, this has been a crazy 48 hours with this guy, like, since Easter Sunday. Like, someone said it's the cover up for the Epstein files. Hey, I've been watching. I literally just watched an interview, and the guy was even talking. This old guy was even saying that. So yeah, someone said it's a cover up for the Epstein files. Bro, yeah, like what do they got on this man? Because bro, if you look at all these politics, billionaires, all these celebrities, movie stars, bro, like they are weird people. We figured out, like weird people, like not right. Like some stuff that just I don't agree with or believe in. I'll get into it, but if you watched the media this past year, yeah, like these politics, these billionaires, these presidents, celebrities, like it's some weird stuff going on, and bad, like really evil stuff too. Weird, evil, bad stuff. So yeah, like won't get into all that, the details of that, but. It's interesting. Someone said, yeah. That's a rabbit. Like that's a deep rabbit hole, man. That's some locker room talk. Say that at inner circle session when we do. Like that's, I don't know. You go on. That's a rabbit hole. We don't go. We're traders. We don't need to go down that deep. But yeah, like, heck. What do they have on the old man? Yeah, that he has had to start a war. Like someone, you might be on the right point, yo. You got your third eye open, yo. Someone's, yo. Protect him, yo. Whoever that was, like, protect them, yo. Hey, I didn't say it. Someone said it. It's a cover. I mean, I just watched this interview and like, yeah, okay, yeah. It's like it's not even the most savage thing I've heard. It's just funny. Someone actually said that. Protect them, yo. They got their name muted. Damn. I mean, I'm not gonna say my opinion, but yeah, I'm on YouTube, yo. YouTube, we gotta keep it PG here. We gotta keep it PG-13, yo. You know, I swear a lot. We gotta keep it PG here. We gotta keep it PG, yo, for YouTube. We gotta keep it PG, bro. We won't get into that, but no, we're traders. That's crazy work. I saw like politics had to testify on that stuff before this war. Like, what was it? Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, the Microsoft guy, yo. What? The Microsoft guy. Fucking, bro, Bill. Bill Gates. Bill Gates, bro. I was supposed to say Steve. No, the Microsoft guy. Bill Gates. He had to testify. Microsoft. I don't think he's the CEO anymore. Is Bill Gates the CEO still? I don't think he's the CEO anymore. Oh, he stepped down a long time ago. Yeah. The Microsoft guy. Look what happened to yeah, the Microsoft guy. Bill Gates, he had to testify and Microsoft tanked. Microsoft tanked. His wife, I think she's his former wife now. Oh yeah, there's been some crazy stuff that happened at the beginning of this war, actually. Well, yeah, Bill Gates, that's his name. I forgot his name. Holy, Bill Gates. I've heard of that name since I was a kid. I think he had to like testify on some stuff, and it was kind of, and his wife, and it wasn't nice. It was weird. Microsoft ended up tanking. Hey, Microsoft might be going on sale then. Microsoft might be going on sale prices. Microsoft on sale. Yeah, under all this like war, there's been politics and CEOs having to testify. When the war started, there was a lot of court trials. We don't got to get too much into that, but look it up. It's crazy how like a war breaks out and then these politics and things have to testify in court while a war breaks out. Distraction? I think so. Epstein files? Just war? Distraction? I think so. That's kind of crazy, yo. So yeah, like I wasn't even gonna say any of that. That's like I didn't even think of like saying that, but yeah, like bro's thinking outside the box. Protect him, yo. I put the link in the chat for this. You can get some info. Like you can actually learn some stuff on this. Look at the daily on gold. Daily looks like it wants to flip to me. It's hovering above 4,600, 800 pips above it. This daily candle's bullish at the moment. We have some rejection around 4,600. You can see there's been those crazy wicks down. If you go on the 4 hour, you can see them. It's been maintaining, like, depending on how things go. And that's the thing. I've never, like, this is the first time I'm experiencing a market like this in even 11 years of trading. I've never been in, like, a war market like this. So it's like I've never been one to say, oh, like, it depends on how it goes tonight. Like I've always just looked at the charts and be like, yo, gold looks bullish. It'll probably go up. And, like, yeah, that could work or it's not going to work. And obviously, the structure, the price looks like it wants to push up on gold to me. 4,600's maintaining. Now we're actually above 46. That 46.50, man. It's been an interesting level. I took a buy, I got stopped out, and then if you came on the stream, you saw I was in the buy again. It was literally at my entry, and it went in a bit of drawdown. You could have took the same trade last stream. I already took the same trade again. You guys would have saw if you came on the last stream. Yeah, 46.50, 46.25. Been like maintaining like the lower 4600s. If daily closes bullish, then I think tomorrow goes up. Tries to attempt to go up. I might look for pullbacks closer to 46.50, 46.60 area. But daily bullish close could lead to continuations, possibly. Daily bullish close. As the price is looking like. Yeah, like, I don't usually, like, some of you guys have been following me for 5 years, 4 years, a long time. Bro, someone from my hometown someone from my hometown that I tried to get into trading when I started trading said, bro, messaged me the other day, said, bro, when we were 17 years old, you brought me to your house and we were looking at charts together and you were really, like, locked in on this, like, trying to learn it, and that was the last time we ever saw each other. And now they're they're like, bro, I've been following you. I'm like, dude, like, like, it's crazy. Like, bum bada bum bada bum. Daily looks like we could close bullish, maybe flip bullish. Yo, it's crazy how I just opened my phone and literally what we were just talking about pops up on my phone. That is crazy. Trump. I get literally this Trump, the Epstein black. Oh my gosh. I'm going to save this thread and read it later. What? Oh my Lanta. Shout out the president, basically mocking the world the other day, and all Christians and stuff. Dude, Christianity and religion as a whole. I mean, if anyone was gonna do it, fuck, are we surprised now? Jeez, like, wow. I don't know if his presidency is gonna go well. After that, like, I don't think has a president ever talked like this before. Like, some of you guys have been, maybe some of you guys, like, presidents never spoke like this before, have they? What time was this at? 8:03 in the morning. Maybe he woke up and, like, stubbed his toe on the bed, or wifey didn't give him head. That rhymed. Maybe his wife's probably been done with his ass, so he's his wife's probably so over him. I don't know, man. Who knows? They're billionaires. They're crazy people, apparently. We're figuring out. Yeah, daily looks bullish. So if anything, waiting for pullbacks. Like, I want to see if this daily closes. It looks like we're trying to get a flip. 4,500 could be another level to watch. You can see down there on the daily. I've already talked about it on several sessions, 4,500, but so far 4,600's maintaining. Not as much price action, like, it's Tuesday, and yeah, gold has another. But mind you, we did have Good Friday. Market was closed, you know. Holidays mixed in there, and then all of this going on. Market's actually really waiting to see what happens. What are your guys' predictions? Type in the chat your guys' predictions, scenarios you see happening. Type in the chat. Maybe predictions you guys see. I think I put this link in the chat already. Someone asked. Yeah, I think I already did throw it in the chat like 3 times. Yes, there you go. Bro, Trump is on one. Shorts on oil. Maybe oil shorts. Oil shorts. Might be oil shorts. Here's some scenarios. If there's, let's say, deal and ceasefire, oil drops hard. And this is kind of what maybe the market's starting to try to price in. Another extension. Oil stays volatile. No crash. Uncertainty premium stays in the price. Another week of the same cycle. No deal. War continues. Oil rallies. And equities sell off. This is the scenario nobody's pricing in right now. So it kind of depends on this guy and Israel, I think. What he wants to do tonight. Bro, there's a countdown literally on... They're counting it. There's a countdown on Israeli news. Israeli Channel 13 launches a live countdown for President Trump. Jeez. So does that mean we're like 7 hours here away-ish? Or no, 5 hours? 5.5 hours? We're not that far away. When market closes, we're a couple hours. So market closes in like 2 hours and 30 minutes. And then it's a couple hours away when market opens. Stocks are going to go crazy tomorrow probably. Apparently insiders are selling stocks. What do you guys think? What are your guys' scenarios? What do you guys think? Type in the chat if you have any scenarios or what do you think is going to happen, or if you're just neutral, you're sitting on the sidelines and you're just waiting to see what happens. You don't have any predictions, you don't care, you just want to wait, sit on the sidelines. And that's okay. In an environment like this, you don't have to try to be a genius and be on top of everything. Sometimes the best trade is no trade, and even sitting on the sidelines could be something you do, because it's still Tuesday and we know this is going to go down tonight. It's still Tuesday. There's still time left in the week, right? There's still a good amount of time left in the week. So yeah, deal and ceasefire. These are some scenarios here related to oil. Yeah, oil has been trading at really premium prices. 113 right now. Hit 117 this morning. Really, we're at a premium right now in oil. This would be more of a premium price for oil market. So if we get a deal and ceasefire, oil drops. And this is maybe what the market's pricing in right now. Another extension. So let's say Trump delay. It's like, okay, we're going to delay. We're going to attack more. That's going to just kind of keep the same market conditions. Don't crash, but oil volatility stays kind of the same. This would be obvious. This would be obvious. No deal. War continues. That's going to make oil explode then. If this just keeps going on and it drags on for another 50 days or 30 days, weeks. Think about, because it's really like an oil, very, very fragile situation with oil at that Strait of Hormuz. So no deal. War continues. That's going to keep oil prices high. Which are already at premiums, but right now, the market might be trying to price in, okay, potentially a deal getting made, negotiations getting made, but honestly, guys, for me, it's hard to tell. Like, we don't know. Like, there is a madman right now in office. Let's be honest. Even if you like him or not, you have to accept that at this point. Even if you voted for him, you like him. Not getting political here. There is a madman currently in office right now who was just a different attitude. So we don't know. I'm not gonna, like, predictions wise, it's like it sounds like negotiations or a deal might get made. Like, it sounds like he doesn't want to do this, like, go as extreme as things can get, because then that just now gets Iran retaliating even more with weapons they haven't maybe even used yet, right? It's just been missile strikes and drones, right? So there's a madman. He could wake up tomorrow and fucking be like totally different attitude, right? Fuck, man. Why? It's all these old people who run the country, man. Joe Biden was old. President Trump was old. This guy's old. It's fucking old folks, man. Shit, man. I remember last presidency, everybody respected him, was afraid of him, took him serious, respect in a respectful way though, more. Now it's like, yo, you don't, like some people are like, so I see in the chat some people are laughing at some of the things. It's turning into a comedy show sometimes, but it shouldn't be. It's not. It's serious, right? Like, cause look what he says. Look how he starts off. A whole civilization will, tonight. I don't want to say it. A whole civilization will tonight. Never to be brought back. And then he says, I don't want that to happen. That's like, is that a bluff? Like, like reading between the lines, like, because he's done this a lot of times. And then he says himself, who knows? Question mark. Like when he tweeted, let's take the oil. Anyone? Question mark. He wanted to see how, one, the world reacted and how other countries reacted. What timeline are we in, guys? Because, like, it's like you got, like, literally memes going on with governments from different countries creating memes against each other, too. I don't know if you guys have seen that. And then we got the interview we all needed. I don't know what timeline we're living in, but we all needed this interview for sure, because he's going to ask him the tough questions, He's going to ask him every tough question, right? Like, what timeline are we in right now? Look at this. Like, what's going on? Like seriously, seriously. What is this? Like, shout out Jake Paul. Like, no hate here, but like, yo, let's get the answers. That's that one. I saw that. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. That's some entertainment, maybe. I don't know. Like, I wonder what Jake Paul's gonna ask him. I skimmed through it a bit. Like, what is Jake Paul gonna ask the president of the United States? Shout out Jake Paul. Shout out Jake Paul though. He really took his career to Netflix, bro. To Netflix. So no hate, but shouldn't we have like someone else in here? I don't know, man. I wonder if someone else interviewing him. How serious is this president right now? Like, I don't know, like, man. God bless America. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst, pray for the best, prepare for the worst. God bless America. And the American Empire. Yo, today we're going to remember this a year from now. 2 years, 3 years. Like, we're going to look back and be like, holy shit, one day. I'm telling you. Because I can still look back at COVID days and be like, holy, man, what a time. Like, and it might be hard right now, difficult to adapt, right? This is the time. These times like this are when adaptation is, something that really comes in the mix of like harder times, volatility, gauging that volatility, I would say. War market. Yeah, if we get like a daily bullish close, which looks like we might get in like 2 hours, 22 minutes, I could potentially see tomorrow trying to push up. We might get some wicks back to try to push up. What time is it? So like I think in 5 hours. So It's 2:40 Eastern. So for some of you guys, it's going to be really late at night or early morning, the time. Because some of you guys might be 6 hours ahead, right? Or different time zones. So right now, it's 2:40 Eastern time. Right now, it's 2:40 Eastern time. Right now, well, 2:38. Trump's deadline. So some of you guys is 8 p.m. Eastern time. So right now it's 2:40. Well, it's 2:38 right now. So in about 5 hours is his deadline. In about 5 hours. So for those of you guys that are in like different time zones, that's gonna be like past midnight. Like it's gonna be like late a.m. Like some of you guys might be sleeping. Some of you guys could be sleeping at those hours. Because that's going to be like 1, 2, 3 in the morning for some of you guys. At different times. If he pushes the deadline, he might push it. He's either going to push the deadline, renegotiate, which is still kind of like keeps things where they are. Or there's a negotiation, there's a deal made. Or scenario number 3, which is the more catastrophic one. He makes his own deal. He makes them. I don't know. Maybe. What do you guys think? What are you guys' scenarios? Do you think he bid? Do you truly think they bit off more they can chew? Like, what do you guys think in the chat? Do you think they bit off more they can chew? So USA, do you think Trump went into this thinking, you know what? This is going to be easy. I got this all under control. Or do you think he bit off more than he can handle? Or, didn't think Iran was as capable? Or realized, oh, this is worse than I thought? Or do you think he's got it all under control? A deal is going to get made? Like, what do you guys think? Bro didn't get ahead, so now he wants to start World War III. We doing World War III now? Oh, man, I recognize some of the names, so I know. You don't want... Oh, yeah. I can tell. This guy's just got a plain username. Forex Shine. Plain username. I already know. Just the M as the user. Not even a picture or anything, for sure. I can tell. I can already tell. You don't want mine. Make you rethink life. I cook myself and can't see it. Discord is giving government pictures. Oh, man. We're cooked. Oh, yeah. I saw Russia tried to take down Telegram and that messed their banking system. Holy, you're actually onto something here. He's a farmer. Bill Gates, yep. Bill Gates owns, yeah. Oh, man, yeah. Hey, listen to Forex Shine. He's speaking facts. I know what he's saying. The food. You ever heard of Palm Beach Pete? Bro, that guy, yeah, I seen that. A guy driving like a Bentley or something. Gray hair, old guy. I think, I did see that like a couple weeks ago. I think I seen that. Wait. I did see that actually. This guy, I seen this like 2 weeks ago. It was on like TikTok when I was scrolling one day. I was like, yo, what? Damn, I don't know. They do usually put things in plain sight. You never know, man. A little facial structure change. A little surgery, a little this, a little that. Like, who knows? I did see this actually. Yeah, it did pop up on my timeline. Yeah, you need land so you can get food. Yeah, bro, Forex Shine is actually, oh man. Because this guy was literally talking about, like, this video I put. Where's that video? Oh, I put in Gold Squad here. This old guy was saying, if you want to protect yourself the most, you need land so you can grow your own food, which takes time and is expensive. Yeah, that's expensive and takes time. I was saying, hard assets, land, gold, even. Hard assets, land. Yo, Forex Shine's actually Forex Shine might be looking crazy in the chat, just blurting out things, but he's blurting out. Big dumpster. So what do you think? We're doing World War III. Bro didn't get ahead, so he wants to. Yeah, like, he's just escalating things. He already noticed the system's bad. We got to fix it, so let's escalate it. Exactly. 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 You're right. Jay Duke, yeah, just sitting on hands. That's smart, like, because, like, if you overthink this too much with the headlines, you get too deep into the headlines, what's going to happen? You miss maybe out on just when the technicals will be there. So, yeah, like, you don't have to predict. You don't have to be a predictor in this market. You could be someone who reacts to when things happen or after, even after things happen, when things settle down. Got a clear scope. Daily looks like we could fly up, though, to me. Dump truck. Someone said the dump truck. Gold to 4,800. Someone said oil to the moon. I could see that. Where's the link for this video? I'll put it one more time in the chat here. Check it out. Check that guy's videos out. He has a couple of good ones, yo. Check it out. Shout out that guy. Whatever his name is. Oil to the moon, 130. Genuinely, the world can't do much more of this oil scarcity. Yeah, like, how much longer? Are we the last generation of oil, is what you're saying? What are you saying? What's, like, 40 years from now, 100 years, like, what are you saying generations from now won't have oil? Like, are we, well, yeah, I'm Yo, yeah, actually, Jesus needs to come back. That's the best thing we could get. Christ returns. Yo, you're right. Like, literally. Or a meteor hits us. And we're just like, hey, we went out with a bang, man. Like, Jesus, yeah, Jesus needs to return and just come down, and the horses need to ride. Yeah, Yep. My mom tells me every day or every week, hey, man, he's coming soon. My mom tells me he's coming soon. That's what my mom. My mom tells me he's on his way. My mom tells me he's on his way. Don't worry. I know. Got a Brazilian, Portuguese mother and grandmother. They tell me, don't worry, I hear it all the time that he's on the way. Yeah, I know. That's how I grew up. So I know. I think that's the best thing. Yeah, you're right. What do you guys think? Any scenarios? Any predictions? Oil one makes sense, yeah. Oil is already expensive in other countries. More expensive. The craters, one barrel of oil, $114. We're above 100. Oh man, I'm seeing, like, my phone right now is the same tweet, like different Twitter accounts I follow, saying the same thing, popping up on my phone about Trump. Yep, tonight. Like, bro, Trump said that. Ted Pillows is. I follow this. Shout out Ted Pillows on X.com. President Trump says the whole civilization will die tonight. Bitcoin doesn't move. We're about 5 hours left. The U.S. administration thinks Iran will respond before that deadline. What do you think? Let's see what some of the comments. Everyone right now on the waiting for the deadline. Israeli military strikes 8 bridges in Iran. It started. That's who's going to start it, not U.S. Israel is going to hit Iran, and then U.S. is going to come in with the big guns. And do we get another taco moment? Oh my gosh. Might be already started. There's conflict starting already with Israel. It looks Israel's targeting bridges. And we have 5 hours left until this goes down. 5 hours till this goes down. Insiders are barely buying stocks right now. Insiders. I saw this last night. I posted this when I saw this. I think I posted this in Trade Talk or Trading Chat. Yeah, I saw this. Like, insiders are zero buys, all sells. Insiders. All sells, all sells. In the last, like, from April 2nd. April, that's like beginning of the month. April 1st, April 2nd. Maybe preparing for a market crash. If strikes continue, escalation continues, no deal. I don't think they want to just swiftly go out of the deal. I think a deal gets made going out a harder way than that. Look how long Ukraine Russia's lasted. No deal's been made there. The person who said oil, that's probably one of the most predictions. There's a couple predictions in the chat. Some of you guys might just be sitting on your hands, which is fine. I mean, let me tell you, from 11 years of trading, this is the first time I've been involved in a market like this. So that's fine. Like, good for you if that's how you feel you should operate. That is okay, right? The person who said 130, 150, that makes the most sense, as price is trading premium. If things do keep escalating, like if no deal gets made and it's just more strikes, like, that would end up probably being coming in. Trump might be doing a big trade too. Like, he could be trying to pump the price of oil so insiders can sell it. Remember, this guy is like a business mafia, man. So, if you go watch documentaries of him, they always start the documentaries saying he'll do whatever it takes to win, type of thing. So, business mafia, I'll do whatever it takes to win mindset. If his friends are all oil refineries, oil manufacturer, oil this, or military this, like his rich friends, right, in Washington, he's probably going to pump the market up so eventually they can sell it, right? Inside, like, you know what I mean? Like, he always talk, like, listen to one of the guys talks. I have many friends here. All my rich friends are my friends. Oh, I have a business. Oh yeah, I do real business with, like, that's the people. When he talks about the people that are gonna win, we're gonna win. He's talking about those people. We're gonna win so much, you're gonna be tired of winning. He's not talking about the average Joe that has to work a 9 to 5 and drive transport trucks and farm good. Like, he's talking about his friends, right? We're going to win so much. You're going to be tired. They're probably winning, bro. They're caking right now. Those people in Washington, they're hitting the money, bro, doing nothing. They're sitting there like this, collecting billions of dollars, doing nothing. Clicking a button type of shit, right? So, like, he's pumping the market, too. He's pumping oil probably on purpose, too, so eventually he can tank it. And then his friends sell it at a premium. Pump and dump situation. It's exactly what happened in Ukraine, Russia. Look at pump and dump situation. He's pumping to dump. He's architecting the market right now. And let's hate him, hate him. Is it a genius? Like, we're going to see how smart he is in the end. He's either going to be the last president of the United States or the greatest president of the United States, right? So we're going to see, like how this goes. Like, in the end, he's either going to be go down in history as like the greatest president ever, or like maybe or he might be the last president ever. At this rate, he might end up being the last president ever. If World War III happens, you might see the last president ever of the United States. Legit. If World War III, if we get into World War III, you might see the last president ever of the United States of America. And that's like, it's crazy we're having these conversations now that are actually scenarios that hold like a scenario, like conversations we wouldn't have had years ago that we're having now, right? So if we look at Ukraine, Russia, let's go back to February 2022. So what happened? What started happening in February 2022 going into that? The Ukraine-Russia war started emerging. Strikes started being imposed, and this was a huge, again, fear for the oil market. So Trump, one thing he could be trying to do is pump and dump the oil market. Classic pump and dump. Because remember what he said, we're going to win so much. So he's not talking about us. He's not talking about us, people. Clearly he's not talking about us in terms of we're going to win so much. He's talking about the people that are benefiting from this war, the insiders, right? His friends. His friends, right? He always talks about his rich friends. You know, every time he speaks, you hear him say these things, right? So February 2022, going into that, Ukraine-Russia war started emerging. And this was spooking the world for oil. At the time, oil had its initial spike up, rallied high. And then it came down. And it rebounded. And then it dumped. It was a pump and dump situation at the Ukraine-Russia. Now, oil prices are trading relatively back to where they were when the Ukraine-Russia spike started. Ukraine-Russia spike. Initial spike. Oil initial Ukraine-Russia spike. Market drops. Rebounds. Goes into a dump. Pump and dump. Trump, he might be trying to manufacture the same thing, but what we're starting to now realize is some things are now out of his control. And if he doesn't have it under control, could, what someone said in the chat, oil prices could go to 150. 130, 150. They could reach those prices. There was one scenario, one prediction someone had in the chat. Any other predictions or scenarios some of you guys see? Either Trump's manufacture architecting the market to try to create a pump and dump for all his rich friends and stuff like that, and his, close him and himself, right? That happened. That happened in Ukraine, Russia. They did the same thing. Joe Biden, that administration, carried out and helped. There was a Ukraine, Russia situation. U.S. supported that. I mean, taxpayers' money went to that. Fucking hell, man. Where'd the tax money? Where's tax? Crazy when you think about it. So Ukraine, Russia, when you look at that, it's kind of similar to what's happening with this U.S., Iran, Israel conflict, Middle East again, where there was initial rally spike up, which took price to like $130, and then it dumped, and then it rebounded, and then eventually oil prices did come way down and settle for some years, right? Until this escalation now. Furthermore, I don't know if Trump has everything under control and if he realized how big of a beast maybe Iran was, or maybe he thought Iran was going to just kind of negotiate easier. But this scenario, and yeah, like someone said, I think you're correct. Like, it wouldn't be wrong to think that might be a big trade if that happens. You'll get like another extent. So no deal. So these two, right, are kind of like your scenarios for maybe that 130, 150. Right? So, I mean, when you look at oil, we're maintaining 100, we're maintaining 110. Oil prices would dump if scenario 1. Now, scenario 1, I personally don't feel like scenario 1's going to happen, but that would be the best scenario, I think, for obviously like the world. I don't know. We got 5 hours now. 5 hours until we figure out what happens today. Five hours, fam. Because here's the thing. Some of you guys might have not heard. Iran said if the U.S. attacks any energy facilities, any factories, like certain specific facilities, factories that the U.S. has threatened to target, Iran is going to strike back to U.S. Gulf countries where there's bases, stations, facilities, whatever it may be. Iran has fully stated that if the U.S. attacks this, and that, we will strike back in U.S. Gulf regions. So tonight could be an interesting night in history, to be honest. 5 hours remaining. Iran did say that. Iran military confirmed, said, you can even hear that video of the guy talking about it, said they will strike back if U.S. targets this, and that. So it's like someone said here, it's either primetime America or back to the Stone Ages reset. It's either back to the Stone Ages reset America or primetime America, baby. We're gonna find out. It's hard to predict right now, I'll be honest. Like, I'm not guys, I didn't make money predicting wars and geopolitical sins, but I made money predicting candlesticks. All right? Breaks the structures, break and retest. So it's definitely a interesting environment for me. Yeah, even after 11 years of trading, it's like, holy. I'm even getting some of my close friends that have been trading as long as I have saying, bro, this market, it's different than what we're used to. So officially 5 hours from now, we're going to see what USA does, or if by that time Iran and US strike a deal together to end this thing more swiftly and negotiate. It's either Stone Ages reset, because, bro, Trump, he's signaling something here. And it's funny what Forex Shine said in the chat. He said something. They put stuff right in your face. There's plenty of oil. The countries like Australia that are short, but we open the world. Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah. Which national team are you in for the world? Portugal, Portugal. Oh, man, it's hard. Portugal, like, my mom's born in Brazil. My entire family's born in Portugal, so my mom's always on kind of the middle. Like, it's like, we basically, in our family, we got two teams because we're Brazilian and Portuguese. Like, my mom was born in Brazil. My dad was born in Portugal. My grandmother, Portugal. And then I have a whole entire family from Brazil, too. Like, I got a huge family in Brazil and a huge family in Portugal. So it's like, it's hard to say one, you know? We're usually rooting for both in our family, Portugal and Brazil. Regime change. Oh my gosh, there he said it. Regime change. Oh, did you just say? This guy just said U.S. needs a regime change. No way, bro. Holy, that's the first time I've heard that. Regime change, but which country? Oh my Lanta. That's actually. I'm long. Should we just long gold, guys? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be long. Wish me luck. 2000. I'm at 380. I finally got a little bit. Finally, 380, man. I don't know why I hit 380. I went to 370. Man, a couple times. Finally broke it. All right. We got to pull back. I'm gonna start longing on the daily, and I'm holding up. This is a high risk trade, by the way, on my funded account. 1%. I'm not even gonna risk 1% though. I didn't like. I'll risk like 0.5% on this. Keep myself like. You know what? I'm not gonna be a bitch. That's it. It's hold or fold for me tonight, guys. That's my plan. You don't have to follow. I mean, some of you guys might be beginner traders, and tonight we're going to have a crazy market. And I think we'll push fuck, 4,800 could be a target. Hey, I got kind of, hey, I didn't even get cooked last night. I lost not even 1%. I took a trade, I lost, and I re-entered. It was what it was. I'm gonna stay above that 380 tonight. Oh, I'm trying to swing gold for today. It's a high risk trade, full port. You don't have to follow. It's on my funded account. Oil. I want a long oil too. I wanted a long oil. Fuck, man. I remember when I was long over here, and then it dumped. I got out before it dumped, and I was like, you know, I'm not gonna trade. Literally, Trump. He made oil dump here. Mind you, like, he said something about peace, negotiation, so oil dumped. And then it was just a bluff. There was no peace, there was no negotiation. He said something, and then Iran came back and said, no, like, we didn't even negotiate. There's no deal being made. He tweeted, like, we're getting close to making a deal. The war will be over soon. Something like that. And it didn't actually happen. And, well, like, that's what I mean. He's setting people up. He said something, market dumps, and then it goes into a buy. So tonight, we're hearing what he wants to say. He wants to be nice, but no, this is him. His first sentence is him. That's him. That is him. Because then he says, I don't want that to happen. But then anything he says that's going to happen didn't happen. So if he doesn't want this to happen, he really wants it to happen. Right? I'm using the reverse engineering of everything this guy does. Because here, think about it. Here he said, here the market dumped because he said, Iran is close to negotiating and making a deal. They're going to surrender and that. But they didn't actually say that. So if we use game theory here, him saying I don't want that to happen means I want it to happen. Right? Like, wouldn't it be the opposite then? So I think oil would go up, probably. Because I don't think a deal is going to get made. Because how many times has he said a deal is going to get made? So him saying this, and that means this opposite. They're going to blow shit up tonight. 130. If oil goes to 130, that would be a big trade from wherever you can catch it. Like, it's been maintaining 110. So oil could have a squeeze up. I could see that, yeah. What?
Do you have the H password?
You guys don't have it?
No.
Yeah. It should be. Here, I'll send it. Just wait.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't think you sent that right now.
I'm a long oil. One market opens tonight as we come back to test like 46.50. You don't have to follow. This isn't a trade signal. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing. All right, it's not a trade signal. I'm not saying where to buy, take profit, put stop loss and all that. So I'm going to be longing gold. Oil, maybe. That'll be an interesting one. I mean, if there's a deal, then if there's a deal gets made, oil prices will probably drop. But I don't know if a deal is going to get made tonight. We got a little bit under 5 hours. So it's not the most high probable trading environment, guys. It's not like the most high probable trading environment. You can wait for the news to be over tonight and see like what the market does and not force yourself to trade. Oil might be a good long. Oil or gold. I'm thinking oil or gold longs could be something potentially tonight. If a deal gets made, though, oil doesn't really have the strongest reason to go up, I think. There might be a squeeze up, but oil, gold longs, potentially. That's high risk. I'm not saying this is a trade signal. Like, we're dealing with a war market, something that's kind of out of like the uncertainty of the war, like geopolitically, how it's affecting the markets. Oil could, yeah, like I could see that. Like, it's been maintaining 110 and stuff like that.
Is that a code from the two factor?
Hold up. Just let me finish this up. I gotta get my stuff. Hold up. You guys don't have the thing saved for IG?
Yeah, the two factor authentication.
Oh, it's how to send a text. Click send text. There's a text message option.
Okay.
Hold up. You guys gotta save these things. Or just like type that in the type that somewhere and you'll find it.
No, I
Like
got it,
type
got
that
it.
somewhere.
I just need the text message right now. Okay.
Yeah, like cause for me it's memorized in my brain. I don't write passwords down. I usually memorize them in my brain, and it's a crazy password. I know. Like, how are you gonna remember that? 24-digit fucking combination. I don't write passwords down, and so they're here. Fucking long it, boys. Well, I am. Wish me luck. I'm transparent. You guys saw me take an L yesterday. I made it back, so wish me luck. Like, I'm going for oil. I traded oil a bit a couple of weeks ago on and I caught some moves. Oil. That'd be an interesting one. That would be a huge trade if it were to go to like 130. Yeah, that would be like huge. It's maintaining 110. I think I might do maybe a small trade on oil, but gonna stick to my baby here, gold, you know, for now. It's interesting price action for sure. Structure, volume, maintaining price. Obviously, just know if a deal gets made, which I don't think a deal is gonna get made. So that's why I think it could go up. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but this Iranian regime seems pretty resilient to not, you know, they're not backing down. It's not like I don't see them abiding to all Trump's demands. Dude, it's like a movie. Yo, like tonight, it's not a movie. It's a terrible thing, man. People are gonna get like, it's a terrible thing. It's not. It's like get your popcorn ready type of thing because history is about to be made. There's a power outage. Is that why my thing was acting up early, like last night? We get hit with a power outage. It looks like a beautiful day today. Christ has risen. Look at it. We're getting sun now because Christ. Yeah, we're really getting sun finally because Christ has risen. Well, yeah, look at this. Finally some sun. Wow, that feels nice. Oh my goodness. Finally. Amazing. And Good Friday. Good Friday was one of the nicest days it's ever been in months on Good Friday. It was like nice, the sunny. Good Friday was such a nice day here. Like it was so sunny. Like it was beautiful outside. It's like it shows you. It shows you. There's a meaning to that, right? Christ has risen. I can feel the sun. To this guy, on Easter Sunday, it was something else, eh? On Easter Sunday, to this guy, something else, man. Who's he, man? I thought he was what? Like, yeah, go long or go. I'm going long or home tonight. Okay, it's just not really like. If I lose, I lose. I'll make it back to the next trade. Make it back. I'm not even full porting yet. I'm waiting till tonight. I don't want to full port before this news. Nah. Fuck. Fuck that. See how we go. We'll see how we go here. That's why gold's just been ranging. Hey, Microsoft might be on sale. That's some news. Bill Gates. And not everything's like on sale. Like stocks, big name stocks are still really high in price. Some people argue inflated. MicroStrategy. Bank of America, Corporation, like everything's gone down the last months for, is it a crash or is it just a retracement? Like there's Bank of America holding like in the 50s. Tesla's, you could maybe say, okay, like crashing or in a way, dropping, right? Is it cheap? No. Are things cheap? I wouldn't say like cheap, right? In the sense, maybe some things are fair valued. But markets, yeah, like things aren't necessarily cheap, I would say. Tesla's coming down. You can see like some big names, big companies, big names coming down. Apple, what's Apple at? 250, slightly coming down. But are they cheap? Like, is Apple cheap? 250? No, it's not like cheap, right? Is it valued what it should be? Probably. Apple, how many iPhones they sell? Is it just a break and retest in the structure? Like when you look at something like Apple, right? Is it literally just a break and retest in the structure? Is it literally just a break and retest in the structure? You can kind of see like multiple times it's literally done that. Or yeah, are we going into a bigger crash like last year? Last year there was bigger crash. Look at Apple last year. That was like cheaper. Like last year when you look at what Apple did, that's what Warren Buffett's talking about. Why he has a lot of cash and he's saying, that's why Warren Buffett in that video I played, he said, markets haven't really. So when the girl was like, the markets are crashing, he's like, He's like, I've seen crashes. He was like, I've seen 50% crashes in my days. He kind of had an argument there. If you look at last year, for example, like Apple, right? Look at Apple. Apple lost 35% last year. That was a bigger drop, a bigger market drop than what we've seen literally now, right? So Trump's trying to create some buy signals. He literally did it last year. I guess for him, better stock market, better. I guess for him, the stock market's good, the economy's good because everyone's winning, which he means everyone around him. I think he means like everyone's winning. People are winning. We're winning. He's probably at the dinner table with his people like, yo, we're winning. Like, yeah, we're winning. Like at Mar-a-Lago, like, we're in Washington, like, yeah, we're winning. We're winning. We just printed we got $1 billion today, another $1 billion today. We're winning. Another $10 billion today, another $5 billion today. 500 million. Yeah, they're winning. So when he talks about like winning, it really refers to manufacturing factories, companies that are going to start manufacturing more stuff, and then the stock market, of course. That's what he means by winning. Is the stock market. Because yeah, like the stock market, US 30 hit $50,000. So I guess they were winning. I've come to the conclusion that's what he means by you're going to be so tired of winning. He meant everyone around him, all his rich friends in Washington. And his peer, like, that's what he meant. We all thought he meant crypto bros, yo, for life. That'll happen later. That'll be his next winning stage. He's going to make a lot, like they already have made a lot of money off of that, but they're going to make even more eventually off of crypto. I thought he meant crypto bros to the moon, yo. Like, fuck, man. I fucking... I thought he meant crypto bros to the moon, fam. Gold's up 100 pips if you entered, 110 pips at the moment. About a bit over 100 pips if you got in with me. If you didn't, it's fine. You're here. You're learning. Yeah, I saw that pullback, and I was like, that's a great opportunity. I saw this pullback happen. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get in. Retested structure, too. Some structure. Hey, that's a good session. $500 for the session. I'll take that. Look, I pay myself while I stream because YouTube pays me $5 a month. Maybe like 100. YouTube pays me $100 a month. Pay myself on my streams. $746. That's a doctor. That's a doctor's salary, bro. I'm making a doctor's salary right there. Let's get it. Sitting in my... These are my pajamas. Oh. What did Trump say? You know? What did Trump just say? Oh, man, there's 200 pips. If you got in with me, 200 pips, fresh in the fresh. All right? Oh. Oh. Yo. Yo. Fuck, I should have went. Oh, my gosh, I should have went heavier. Bro, 300 pips like that? What the fuck just happened? It's just end of the day volume, daily candle flipping. We're getting that end of the day volume, 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. spikes up, like end of the day. They always do that near the end of the days. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. I saw the pullback. That's why I entered. Like, some of you guys might think it was random why I entered, but I saw this pullback, and I was like, I got to get in now. Oh, my gosh. Yo. That's solid. It's just, it is what it is. I'm not even that excited. It is what it is. It's $1,500. Nice. If I can hit that 84, yo, then I'm up that threshold. I broke some room. I got above that 80 now. Oh my gosh. Breaking news. Oh my gosh. Yo, I'm on the right side of the news right now. Did you guys just see the news? This war's not gonna end. I don't know. Israel, yeah. Oh, we just hit 4,700. That would have been a good take profit. I should have closed at 47. That would have made the most sense. This happened earlier than I expected. I thought it was going to happen on tomorrow's candle. Let me look at the daily right now. Daily candle. Oof. So, yeah, today's probably going to close bullish. Tomorrow could still go up. Dollar just dropped. Dollar's dropping. Israel believes it's too early for a ceasefire with Iran and wants the war to continue for at least another month. Pakistan believes the war should continue for at least another 2 weeks. Iran has threatened to cut, oh my gosh, the cables in the Persian Gulf. Iran has threatened to cut the submarine cables in the Persian Gulf that provide global internet connectivity. That would be 34% of global internet activity wiped out in one cut. Iran has threatened to, oh my god, we're getting breaking news right now. Yeah, Iran has threatened to cut submarine cables in the Persian Gulf that provide global internet connectivity. Israel just said the war should last for at least another month, that it's too early for a ceasefire. Pakistan said the same thing, that the war should continue for at least 2 more weeks. Trump says they're preparing heavy strikes if Iran does not meet the 8 p.m. deadline. There you go. Just some headlines for you. Bro, so in the cables, so in the ocean, the Gulf, Persian Gulf, and even in the Red Sea, there's these cables underwater, right? That provide connectivity for these things or everything, right? Connectivity through internet, right? The one in the Persian Gulf now is a major one because that provides it's the one for global internet connectivity. Global internet connectivity. I entered that trade live in front of you guys. Hopefully you guys, maybe some of you guys took it. I said, you don't have to enter. It's up to you. I'm telling you guys what I'm doing. So I just did what I would do. If I wasn't streaming right now, I would have taken that same trade, right? If I wasn't streaming, I would just taking that same trade, right? So I just told you guys what I was doing. It wasn't a signal. I just told you guys what I was doing. Literally, market moved 300 pips there. So if you got in, you could have caught some pips there. Hopefully some of you guys got in. Hey, man, you never know when a trade pops up. That's why. Like, look how long I've been streaming there. Here. You never know. Like, look. I didn't come on the stream like I'm going to take a trade. But that popped up. That pullback entry. Found that pullback, right? It popped up. So, there's Israeli media, Israeli news is reporting that they want this war to extend for at least another month. That it's too early for a ceasefire. Too early? Alright, just fuck the world even more, why don't you? Too early? The reason they say too early is because they obviously haven't met their objectives. So that goes back to why are they even doing this war in the first place? And then it goes back into the beginning. The oil, everything, control, this, that. New World Order. It's the New World Order they're trying to accomplish. Whoever the next president is going to have a hard time cleaning this mess up. Let's just say that. Unless Trump is... Unless, hey, man, maybe in a couple months, maybe, I don't know, maybe in a couple months. It's like, oh, man, everything, but the world is interesting right now. Yeah, Israeli reports that this war should last at least another month. Israeli reports. Another month. I could see that, but then this war lasts another month. Oil prices are going to explode, right? That's Israeli media, Israeli reports coming out saying it's too early for a ceasefire. Dude, too early. Like, so frig, man. Okay, damn, that shows you where their mentality is, where their objectives are, right? Another month, that would be heading into May. In May, we'd be in May then. This is gonna sound bad. It just, this is going to sound bad, but that's perfect for our crypto timeline. This is going to sound bad, all right? But there's going to be money and opportunities off this. Think about our crypto timeline. The more this war lasts, too, like, the more it gets prolonged, extended, that just makes our crypto timeline ease in more of, like, closer to the bottom, and it's like a perfect distraction for crypto too. Like, think about it. Like, I see this as like, okay, crypto's in a bear market dropping. We have a war going on. The longer this war lasts, it's like the more of a distraction, the more it's going to be harder for people to buy crypto, because right now your average Joe's not going to be buying crypto right now. They're going to be buying groceries, gas, like they have to live, right? Things are about to get more expensive, and they already are. Funny, Leo came here and he was like, bro, last time I was here, a coffee was $4. Now they're $6 or $7. I was like, yep. Or water. There was water bottles. They were like last time it was $10.99. Now they're $12.99. Some stuff. He noticed in a couple months. He was here months ago, right before the new year, and he came back and he's like, yo, things have already got more expensive here. I'm like, yep. This might sound bad, this part, but like the longer this goes, that falls into the crypto timeline more. Prolonged, more drag, burn people out. Because if crypto prices are dropping, people are losing money, right? And if the world's getting more expensive and people have to, survive, and crypto keeps dropping and stays down, it's like it keeps people at a certain level. It makes it harder for people to invest, right? At that level. Your average Joe. Especially if prices are still bleeding out. Yeah, we've been dropping 189 days. The peak was basically made we were all dropping like 200, almost 200 days or so. Right? We know bottom is going to be made like towards the end of the year. Like end of the summer. Where does that bottom come in? Last April, May, crypto shot up too. It's interesting. Gold, what's gold doing? I don't know. I'm still in the trade, but chilling. Told y'all what I was doing. I was gonna buy. Like I bought in front of you guys. I literally took the trade rate in front of you guys. All right. So if you're on the stream paying attention, I took that trade rate in front of you guys. You could have got 300 pips there, but I'm still holding it. Daily candle could close bullish, like I said. If daily candle closes bullish, I think maybe tomorrow could go up. Maybe we push up to like the high, 47.30s, for like up here to the high that we made. I'll probably be streaming 2 times later, like around when the news is on. Like, what is it? What time is it? So we got like 4 hours and 30 minutes. So I'll be streaming around that time when Trump is probably talking or speaking or things are going on. I'm gonna be streaming again, just to watch what's going on and watch the markets. I'd say, stay sharp. Don't force yourself to trade. Don't FOMO into trades. This, this doesn't have to make your trading. Like, you're gonna have other weeks, other months, other days to take trades, find trades, look for setups. This isn't everything. You need to rely on what's gonna happen tonight. You don't need to rely on what's gonna happen tonight to make your trading, right? So see, I'm out. I'm gonna wrap this session up. Gotta get going here. That's it for me today. Hopefully you guys were able to catch that trade and maybe caught some pips there. It was a good set. It was a good little pullback entry. Quick one, I noticed. Quick one. Notice that quickly in the moment. Quick one. I noticed that quick in the moment. But I'm out. I'm going to wrap it up. I'll see everybody next stream. Tune in tonight. There's a lot of news tonight. Stay sharp. Keep an eye on things. Don't overtrade. Don't FOMO into price either. You don't need to trade tonight. You can wait till tomorrow when the dust settles down. I'm out. I'll see everybody next